Hello everybody and welcome to the Immortal Gates of Pyrecast. It's going to be a 2v2 on a map, Lost Province. So let's get started away. In the top left corner, we have Skruffy in the blue playing as Orzum, with his buddy Bemnex playing as Atslan in the teal. On Team Fire in the bottom east, we have Magicall playing as Zol, and his partner is going to be Hydraulix playing as Atslan as well. It's going to be a good match. We see fast expansions going out for the top left side, and only a fast expansion from Hydraulix. Magicall going for a bit of a faster build. We're playing with Zol. Kind of makes sense. Zol is known for her very aggressive playstyle, but it's going to get scouted out as Bemmy makes it in, sees the very fast Bone Stalkers coming out. So you're going to have to prepare for some type of defense. That means often you're going to try and slow down a bit on your E-First and try and get some defenses up. Of course, Orzum is one of the better defensive Immortals, so Skruffy might just have the right tools to defend this. The other side is Magicall might just be going after Pyre here with his first initial Bone Stalkers. As Pyre is always useful, especially as Zol, as you want to summon her as much as possible to get those early levels up for Zol. As the higher level, the more kills Zol gets, the higher level she gets, and the more powerful she is throughout the game. Magicall using his scouts to soak up a lot of that damage here. Very smart move for Magicall. And let's see what the other players are up to. Hydra getting an expansion, so it's not going full on aggression. So Magicall's really doing this. He wants to get his Zol level up as fast as possible. So just getting that power up so he can summon Zol whenever he can, or attack his opponents very early with Zol. Skruffy and Bemnex aren't as regular playtesters as Magicall, but they have played a bunch a few years ago. They're good buddies, and it's going to be exciting that they're probably going to communicate a bit better than their opponents. But Hydraulix and Magicall have the better experience here. They're probably the favorites to win this game, but favorites doesn't mean that you win. You only win for the game itself. Skruffy getting a bit of power up as he gets his towers up and running. Yeah, exactly. He wants to get the tower up as ASAP, just so you can, as Orzum, get that 1 power production per second. Hydraulix and Magicall going in for the attack already. Skruffy has to, as long as he has the, yeah, okay, he has eight Zentari. He's gonna have some pullback micro as well. As long as he's in the hollow ground, he has a range. So he can keep pushing forward and just pull back the weaker ones as he's been doing. And the units are not long for this world. Zol comes out for the first time. Magicall wants to get some of those kills in very quickly. Zol is still level 1. For every kill she gets, she's about to level up, level 2, and dies as she expires. And Skruffy and Bemnex are going to push this first attack back. Great job by the blue and teal team. What is going on up here? Okay, just scouts. Always worry about these guys. What could they be doing? So Neurosite comes down for Magicall, meaning he's going for, with Underspine. It's going to be a fun composition. And his opponent, Atslan, Neurosite, Neurosite as well. And Root Cradle gives access to the first upgrades. Battle going up here near the first Pyre camp. Bemnex needs to be careful. Yeah, this time he's in trouble. His Bone Stalkers are slightly faster. Do go invisible after staying still for a few seconds. And yeah, Zentari here with Magicall trying to get in and cause some havoc. Skruffy sees it coming. He's going to send 2 Zentari. Should be enough to deal with this. But the Bone Stalkers make it in. The defense is not there right now. Bone Stalkers can get a few kills. Magicall going in strong. Bemnex is quick to pull back his units. Doesn't lose as much as he needs to. Well, he tried to lose as little as he can. And he was going for a From Rush. So a lot of Froms. Fast air power there, trying to get some damage in as fast as possible. They come in, gotta be careful not to lose them. These are very expensive units as they try to survive. At the same time, Hydraulix just getting a bit more power on his side of the map. Froms are coming in, and instead he calls for his allies. Skruffy's going to help out. Aslan being here as well helps a bit. All units are a bit more powerful, being able to defend this. And yeah, okay, Magicall is finally pushed away when the Zentari come in. And a second Zol comes in. Magicall wants to do as much damage as he can here. Gets to level 3 with Zol. Keeps pushing forward. The Zentaris are getting picked up one at a time. This would have been an easy battle for those Zentari. But instead, Zol comes in and makes a difference. They're still going to get cleaned up. But Zol gets all the way to level 4. What a great play for Magicall. Getting those kills up and running. And yeah, this is setting up great for Magicall for the next part of the game. As behind all of this, though, Bemnex was being smart. He was getting his he was getting his Frums on the other side, trying to do some damage, but the Underspine and Bone Stalker defense is good enough, losing 2 of those Frums, and his third one goes down. Expensive units to lose. Bemnex at least kept his opponent at bay in their base. Oh, okay, keeps the third one alive. That was very... No! Great job from Hydraulix bringing back his unit from the Pyre camp. He's going to keep making a few more. He's going to make a few more. He wants to keep harassing, keep his opponent at bay. Bemnex is lost a lot of units there. It's going to be not the easiest to come back, but he's expanding, getting his third base. Both of Team Ice are getting the third base. Well, Magico, Hydraulix also. So pretty standard game so far. Bit of focus fire on those Frums. It's not going to be enough. However, it is going to force Team Fire to stay with anti-aerians. You got to be really careful here. We see the other spine sending their bugs to try and kill all these Antari. They're slowed down as well from the attack. A Deep Worm comes out from Hydraulix. She really wants to take this position. And yeah, good play from Skruffy. Moving away immediately as they do not want to stay close to the Deep Worm coming in and doing some damage. Hydraulix taking control here. Of course, the Frums are forcing them back again, so Team Fire can't stay on the offensive the whole time. If he focuses Fire down, he can get a few kills here. But at the very least, he's staying active and forcing a lot of units here. Forcing them to stay back and forcing... yeah, mostly just forcing them to stay back, which is very important in a game like this, where you want to control the map as well as possible. Very close game so far. As we see Skruffy with a big population advantage from get-go. His Zentari have been doing work and staying alive while doing so. And yeah, losing a few more Frums is fine. Bemnex did the damage he needed to just by forcing units and getting them out of the way. He's going for a Deep Nest and a Red Veil, so his Spellcasters might be on the way after this. As Hydraulix is getting ready for a push. Ooh, there was a big fight here. Zoe gets summoned again. Keeps getting as many kills as she can. Underspine's really good at slowing down units and stopping them from coming forward. And Zoe reaches level 5. Great plays for Magicall already. On the other side, Hydraulix trying to push in, but this is going to be a hard deny from Bemnex. Getting his units in the way. And yeah, whatever happens here, Hydraulix was not able to make it happen. Good defense from Bemnex. Here comes back Skruffy trying to get into middle. Magicall has a bit of an army. Most of the units were invisible. Skruffy didn't know, but he has a strong army here. All those Antari can tank a lot of the damage. Zephyrs do a lot of damage. The tower soaking up some of that damage. Hydraulix coming in to help his partner from the back. And Skruffy, upon seeing that, peels back immediately, goes back to his base, where his reinforcement should be there to help on top of the tower. And maybe Bemnex can also come and help, as 2 versus 1 is never a good deal for the one that's alone. Zephyrs are microing back, making sure that they don't take too much damage. As Frums come in, slow down, force the units to pull back. And there's a surround from Team Ice. Beautiful surround, but that's a lot of units, Team Fire. Is this enough for Skruffy to survive? Seems that may just be... Zoe comes out again, tries to punish and do some damage, goes to level 6. What a great fight from Team Ice, getting this around, getting survival. And on the other side, what is Magicall pinging at me? He's just asking for a retreat. He says, this is not a fight we can win. We got to head back immediately. Hydraulix behind us, going for his 4th base. Magicall not quite there yet. Team Ice are not ready for their 4th base either. As, oh, Behemoth's coming up from Bemnex. So he's at the top of his tech tree. We haven't seen too many Behemoths so far. It'd be nice to see him pop up and throw those 3 units at them. The Ketos can make a big difference in sustaining fights and keeping them alive. And Magicall going up the hill is going to lose a few units on the retreat, as Skruffy was well positioned there. Getting ready for the next push. Hydraulix is going to push from the side, or at least just get the Pyre camp. Bemnex sees that coming and heads back. Skruffy again trying to engage his opponent. Zentari is super powerful and great at tanking that damage. Another Zoe comes out, and that's a signal for Skruffy to head back. Unfortunately for him, the Underspine are slowing them down, and units are going to be caught in the crossfire as they try to escape. And Magicall just wants his Zoe to get as many kills as she can. You can see that every 3rd shot does a big AoE attack. And going up the hill is Hydraulix going up against Bemnex. Is that a... Okay, he's putting up a tower to help defend this position. Here comes the Resonance, very powerful from the back with the Behemoths. This is a very technical army from Bemnex, very powerful, a bit slower than what you'd be used to. And Magicall going for a counterattack, going on both sides. Bemnex is going to try and catch it as Magicall realizes his mistake. But his Whitewood Reapers, invisible guys, the invisible guys come in, kill all the workers. well, they are going to kill all the workers for sure, and then go back to invisibility as soon as they're out of range. It's a bit how invisibility works in Immortal. Whenever units are in range of buildings, you do not see them. When they are in range of anything else, they are discovered again, and he's able to hide them as Skruffy is looking for that little invisible dude. All he needs to do is get next to it, and he might assume that, that it's dead, but Magico is going to stay in the corner and get it back later on when he can. At the same time, Bemnex did his push, and I completely missed it, as the Behemoths are the only survivors, but for how long? Magico sent in Zolt to help out his ally, and Bemnex lost a big army there, but he's still able to rebuild. He probably did a lot of damage here. On the other side of the map, Magico coming back in, trying to push forward. Ooh, not sure this is going to work. Zola's on cooldown. It's not going to be a summon her again. Just some nice spells going down, keeping the units at bay. He's going to push back. His efforts are worth the weight in gold compared to our units. And at the back, you got to be careful of the brood anchors. He's going to try and focus fire them down because these zone control units shoot out little suicide bombers that do immense amount of damage. They're very cute. Just got to be careful not to get too close to them. Hydraulix building up slowly. He's on 4 bases. That's great for him. Bemnex is trying to catch up to that number as well. Catching up slowly but surely. And here comes Magico. A bit of a slower time as teams are trying to figure out what they want to do. Magico double expanding here. He's now got a lot of money. One of them might very well be denied soon. And very strong from Bemnex. Look at all those behemoths. Bemnex also summons the Deep Worm. He wants to make sure he takes this push. Actually, cutting off the exit path is what he does. As they take down 2 of the Red Seers. The spellcasters are expensive, and those are the ones you want to take out. Zoe comes out to try and do some damage, but the Deep Worm takes her out. Magico at the forefront, still trying to do some damage, but he's going to be caught in the crossfire, as all his army is going to be destroyed by Skruffy on the retreat. Skruffy taking down the units. Magico losing so much supply and value there. Side Resonant is sieged up and ready to dish the pain. Magico deciding if he can go back in. The Brood Anchor is going to protect the top of the hill at the very least. But Skruffy just wants to keep control. Behind this, Magico going to send a counter. That's a lot of Whitewood Reapers. They do a lot of damage. They're mostly invisible, but when they hit like a truck, and all the fire singers going down immediately. He's going to focus fire down the base, and look how quickly this falls. Will Skruffy make it back in time? He's sending in his army. Magico sees it after Empire Unbroken keeps it alive. One of Orzum's spells that reduces damage by about 70% and heals it up. Magico knows better. He heads back before he loses his expensive units. Resins are sieged up. Hydraulix tries to break through this. That's a lot of units. Pillar of the Heavens come in for Skruffy, helping out his ally, but maybe that was not the right time, as on his other side, he needs to defend against both attacks, as Magico trying to keep his opponent guessing where he's going to hit next. And here comes the units with the Brood Anchors. But Skruffy has a strong army. Their side, Magico making the plays happen, trying to figure out ways that he can attack. That's a powerful Ostrike coming in from Skruffy. That they're about to get sniped, but it might be too little army here. Skruffy needs to be careful not to jump in too far. The Brood Anchors really protect well their zone. Of course, behind all of this, the Whitewood Reapers do the damage. Skruffy has to divide his army well, as his ally trying to survive Hydraulix's attack. And Magico really set up a very powerful attack going in from the east side. His Great Hunt did the damage. Is it going to be enough, as Skruffy, as soon as it expires, jumps forward? On the other side, the Whitewood Reapers keep pushing, trying to do as much damage as they can. And Magico loses his main army. Did the Whitewood Reapers do enough damage? Hard to say. They killed the Apostle Binding, killed all the workers, and are about to kill maybe another base entirely. Skruffy does not have time to head back. Hydraulix setting up a Root Worm as Bemnex was pushing behind all of this. Root Worm is going to help him defend this. It might not be enough, as he loses both his behemoths. Bemnex should have waited for his allies. He's losing this fight, as Skruffy took his on his side of the battlefield. Scruffy still pushing forward. Magical's in a bit of trouble. His ally is ready to help. Pillar of the Heaven comes down. Deep Worm comes down. Deep Worm comes down a bit behind the army. Bemnex, is it behind the army? I believe. Oh no, okay, so it's with the army right there. It might be enough to help him defend. Kills a few of the spellcasters. Skruffy still attacking at the front. Kill the base. Use the pillars. Uses his Ostrike to keep his opponent at bay. Magico is calling for he needs Hydraulix to come back ASAP to help him defend this push. And at this point, Skruffy might decide to head back, as the White Reapers are doing the damage. They are able to take out 2 bases on themselves. Invisible men doing the damage. With only 2 bases in mind for Skruffy, he's going to need to keep his army alive as he won't be able to rebuild it. He's getting surrounded at this point by Hydraulix and Magicall, doing some great play. Bemnex coming in from the center is going to try and help his ally, but might be too little too late as Skruffy loses all of his Sharu, his most expensive units, taking all the damage. White Reapers doing finally going down, but not before having done the damage needed to do to bring back Magicall in this game. And this time it seems like it's Team Fire's game to lose. Pillar comes down from Skruffy, right down on the Behemoths. Gonna give a bit of staying power. Is it enough? The reinforcement are coming from Skruffy and Bemmy, but the mains are barely mining anymore, or not mining at all. There's not much mining at all, and they need as much as they can, as the economy game might be what wins it, as Hydraulix is the only one with a fully mining base, as Magicall also expired. Is this enough to survive? The Pillar giving a lot of extra firepower here, and the Resonance at the back setting up to keep this base of Bemmy alive. As very few bases are alive, Hydraulix only one with his bases still standing. It's going to come down to that, I think. It's all about the bases. We look at the supply. Hydraulix, having kept his bases going for so long, is at 130 supply, more than both his opponents combined. This might be the deciding factor behind all this. The symbiotes coming in, trying to do some damage. Bemnex had his base running for the longest time, but our 2 Mass Hunters are enough to take it down. I know this. Skruffy retaking one of his bases. Magicall is not. Magicall wants to finish this here and now, and he might very well do it. Takes out a Sharu that was left standing alone. He has his spellcasters, Red Seers, ready to dish the pain for next time Skruffy comes up with something, but Skruffy does not have much left. Oh, caught out of positions. Resonance siege up, but just a little too late. They are being plagued to death. And with all the units dead, Skruffy and Bemnex are going to have to GG out. They had a big advantage. Magicall turn it around with the Whitewood Reapers. What a great game from both teams.